Sirius XM 104. This is the Jay Thomas Show. The interesting, the odd, and the bizarre people behind the, interesting. The odd and bizarre stories. Jay gets in it, stirs it up, and spits it out. He's a professional. It's all here on the Jay Thomas Show with Rodney Lee Conover, Julie, Madison, Kevin Meaney, Garrett and Christina, and Ira the Weatherman. This is the Jay Thomas Show.
We're up. Wow. Okay. We'll have Bruce Jenner come on in just a little while. Christina, I know that excites you.
Yay! I just watched the part one of the wedding today.
Well, that was here in Santa Barbara, and lots of people complained, hated that they were here, and called the police 6 times.
Haters.
Seriously.
Well, I'm going to have to be careful because what I really want to say to Bruce is you've got to get sick of this shit. You just got to. You got to wake up some mornings and go, what have I done to deserve this?
Wait, was there anything saying that you can't say that?
No, but sometimes that upsets the person because he's on to promote
right, but
Kim's
there's plenty
wedding.
of times where when they're in the confessional part of the show where he's like, what the hell did I get myself into?
Right. Well, you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to
feel it out.
You know, see, I've known this guy forever, right? And you know,
knows him, but
what
forever.
part would he get sick of?
all the
I mean,
hubbub.
I watch this. You woke up this morning and you did whatever you do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When he wakes up,
Jerked it.
the phones are ringing, and the conversation has already begun on what they're going to do, how they're going to do it, the whole thing. Now, think about this. This is a guy, since he's a kid, who worked so incredibly hard and became which hasn't been done again. Decathlete.
Yeah,
right?
he started this new workout where no one worked out like him before.
But he also, what he did was, he was a great size for the decathlon because it is 10 events, and you're probably going to be really good at about 4 of them. You're not going to be so good at 3 of them, and you're going to be great at 3 of them, and you have to somehow put all these points together. It is, Christina, do you know what Bruce Jenner's famous for? I bet you don't even know.
He was a gold medalist.
In what, though?
The Olympics.
All right, listen to what he was the gold medalist in. You ready? He threw the javelin. He put the shot. He ran the 100. He ran the mile.
Discus?
He had to throw the discus. He had to broad jump. Pole vault. I can't even think of the other 3 that he did. Maybe the 440 or something like that. It is the most difficult of all Olympic events. It is what the Olympics is based on. They don't make a big deal out of it because they would rather have the guys that run, you know, in 8 seconds, the 100 or whatever. Typical of our bullshit, as fast as you can get there, you know, do it. And so now, Bruce Jenner, who is a premier athlete, and I know even stories about this, he didn't have a place to even work out. And so when he was married to his first wife, he would set up the hurdles in his apartment.
The stewardess?
I don't know if she was a stewardess or not.
That's what Wikipedia said.
He was married and had a child to a woman that supported him through his Olympic career.
Yeah, Christy, right. Worked as an airline stewardess.
And when he left her for somebody else, I don't know who he left her for. I don't think it was this one. It didn't help him at all. And, cause they had been doing stuff together. So now here he is, this guy that knows real work and real sacrifice. And every morning he wakes up, and what have they done? Nothing. They've done nothing. And maybe they got on TV, but okay. But it's got to kill him sometimes. So that's what I mean by that. It's got to be like.
I want to know how he feels about this new guy because he just doesn't fit in at all. And also, his wife wanted to change her name back to Kardashian, and they had to talk her out of it. That's kind of weird.
That's all written. That's all.
So
he
you
won't
say.
Admit.
What's the mom's name?
There's just certain Chris.
What's the new husband's name?
Chris.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, look.
That wasn't written.
Spelt the same way.
Christina.
What? No, there are certain situations that are set up, I agree, but what actually is said and happens is said and happening. Sorry, that's how it is.
This is how the meeting goes. So we're on TV, and it's the Kristina Palumbo show, and Garrett and I have to fucking, be on the show with you because we have no other career, right?
Right.
So we're on the show.
Clearly.
You have a production meeting, and they go, okay, so we've really done the thing about you and Jay arguing, and that's been okay and all, but Garrett, we want to bring him forward a little bit, but Garrett's going to have to do something that uncharacteristically upsets you, Kristina. This is exactly what the meeting is.
But they're not actors, so I'm sure that the situation
That's why the
is
shows
set up,
are so
but then
bad.
What happens.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Because it's
That's
almost
what
like
the Countess said this weekend.
It's almost like it's like it's easy for me to tell you to do something, and then you do it. You're not an actress. You just do it. You just do the thing. And the easiest emotion for any of them to have is anger.
So Bruce Jenner, the gold Olympic winner, is just okay with sitting in the back seat, letting everybody shit all over him because that's what they planned. That's just okay. Because
if he gives him any shit and he goes, what does he go to?
I don't know. Something. I mean, I'm sure he's capable of something. He can be a coach.
He owns some airline or he did.
He could be a spokesperson for things.
Really? Mm-hmm. You think he wants to be a spokesperson for things?
I mean, he can be. He's got that.
I would do this just to look at Kim every day or when I get a chance.
I think if you look at somebody who is all about themselves on a daily basis, you get plenty tired of them. It's why these movie stars and these gorgeous models and all this, guys leave them more than they leave the guy. Because it's like, if there wasn't a vagina on them, they would, there would be a bounty on their heads. It's the truth. So that's it. It's sad, but no, I would never say these things to him because one, he couldn't answer, and it's unfair. It's unfair to say that. But what's amazing is, and what I like about you is, Kristina, is I can judge why these shows are popular because of the low IQ of the nation.
Hey, whatever works.
That's exactly right.
It's fine.
So I just thought I'd say that. Now, Garrett likes a bunch of stuff, too.
Like Gilligan's Island was anything
Yes, I love Gilligan. By the way, I watched the rerun last night of Have Gun Will Travel, okay, on Revival TV, whatever it was. So anyway, Bruce will be on in a little while, but we also have a guy who hit his head in the bathroom. And after he hit his head, amnesia only happens in the movies, I think. But I don't think, if I hit my head and you read that I had amnesia and you came to visit me, Garrett, and when you came in, I went, yes, who is it? Would you believe me?
No.
Kristina, would you believe that I didn't know you?
No.
I mean it. I agree. I think that there's a lot of kind of bullshit attached, but I don't know why. And I think that, let's say you don't consciously do it, don't you think you kind of like have shit you wanted to forget, and when your head is hit, your brain goes, hey, this is a great way not to have to deal with shit, Ben, yes, this is a stack of bills. We owe $150,000. What's a dollar?
Yeah, he remembers the porn website password. That's the one thing.
It's all coming back to me. Artemis 2. I got a very disturbing note about the Friday morning show. A woman, and I forget her last name now, but you saw the long note, had been listening, knew who you were for years, had watched you on television, and all this other stuff. And my God, I listened to you on the radio, and it was so horrible. It was so offensive. And she goes, oh, right, Garrett? 2 or 3 paragraphs.
Yeah.
The most horrible and offensive thing that when I got home, after listening for 4 hours, she said, and when I got home, I Googled Jay Thomas to make sure it was the same person. And it was so horrible. How low have you sunk? Is this the only job you can get? Is the only career you can have? And why have they made you act like this?
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. It was like it's almost like she never knew I was in radio, or I guess has never seen me do a stand-up or anything. She just thought I was like Eddie LeBeck or whoever the fuck, right? So I looked at this thing and I thought, wow, that's weird. But she did listen for 4 hours, even though I'm only on for 3. And whoever came on next, she thought was me also. But the weird thing is that I just remember Howie Mandel, when you see his name out in front of a, like a club or in Vegas, they say, this is not the Howie Mandel from the quiz show.
Deal or no deal.
Deal or no deal. Right, right. And there are people that get up and walk out of his show because they're stunned by it.
Yeah.
So then you get that, and it affects you, right? There's no doubt it affects me. And I look at it, and I think, okay, so I write myself a note. Stop saying fuck so much.
Okay.
I think it's the... I think
about that.
That's bad. Then there's this one. Dina, and I don't know if it's her two names, Dina Nikki. I have seen you in various sitcoms and stand-up. The first time I ever heard you on the radio, Howard 101. I wanted to call in. I wanted to thank you. And so she said, you made 12 hours of my shitty work tolerable. Okay? So you get two different things. But then here's what ruined this good message for me. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. She's got one of these things where at the bottom of the page, a saying comes up.
A signature.
I hate when people
to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Vomit.
That hit the spot.
To compliment me and then to send me something from this total nutcase who moved to Walden's Pond and watched, scum grow on lily pads, and somehow we think he's this unbelievable writer. That's all he did. These people that drop out of society and they look out of the window and they're shut-ins and they write shit and we are so excited by them. I don't ever want to think that a shut-in or a weirdo has anything to say to me that should make a difference in mine or
like
anybody
Emily
else's.
Dickinson.
Please.
What a weirdo.
Please. How about the Bronte sisters?
Oh.
Okay. The worst. Now, Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it's funny, I get all of these historical magazines and stuff, and I will read, they've written about everything, so then they get into some of the, the dirt. This guy literally was like he was bullied, a little pansy, and he moves to a cabin. But it's in Massachusetts or something, isn't it? And he just writes about the pond and the,
I don't know his history.
Ralph Waldo Emerson, Walden's Pond. Are you kidding? Hey, Ralph, go to Wall Street. You know what I mean? Go into Manhattan. Hang out. Go into Boston. Go into a big town. Go into Provincetown and meet up with men at gay bars. That would be good for you. Then I got a bunch of emails. You hate the Tea Party so much. What do you think of the people that are protesting on Wall Street? And I call them the Chai Tea Party.
It's a good one.
They are
hilarious.
The Chai Tea Party. By the way, you can give that to Alex Bennett and tell him, by the way, that's some material that isn't 20 years old.
Oh, that's funny.
The weird thing about those people on Wall Street is why aren't they working? I'm not quite sure. They are your age, generally, you and Christina's age. And then there'll be some older people, mixed in and out of there. But I'm looking at them, and they're all dressing up, and it's almost like they're performance artists, right? And they're people from New York that go to experimental theater, And so no, I can't stand them. And what are they protesting? They're protesting that the people in the building up above them make too much money. I think if the people came down and gave them each $1,000, they would be happy as could be. Right?
Or just wait till it gets a little colder out. They'll be gone.
Well, the other thing is my stockbroker called me and said, Jay, we have a big buy on pepper spray. We are buying the company that makes pepper spray and those beanbag bullets, the ones that they shoot at demonstrators. By the way, I don't like it when they kill the demonstrators. I don't like it. But I do like it when they tear gas them, and I do like it when they shoot the rubber bullets at them and the beanbags. I think that's funny. I like when they run. It's funny to me. Over in the Middle East, they kill people, and that's not funny, and it's awful. But in the United States, when they shoot them with the tear gas, and you see some little, master's, some girl getting her master's degree at NYU in, African studies, and her last name is like, Goldfarb or something, right? Or like, Mickelson, okay? And you see her crying on the street. Someone ought to go up and go, look, when you have civil disobedience, this is what you get. Well, you get a little tear gas. You got to be ready to be tear gassed. When I go to demonstrations, I wear a gas mask and a flak jacket in case they shoot me with a beanbag bullet. And the gas mask, they could have all the pepper spray. I got my gas mask on.
The Boston police did kill one girl.
How? That was a long time ago.
A few years ago by a...
No, they shot her in the head with a beanbag or something.
Yeah.
Beanbag hit her.
Eye.
Absolutely. That'll do it. You betcha. So you got to be careful. First of all, you don't want to shoot it that closely. Like anything touches you that comes out of a gun, even if it goes shh, and like that, you're going to scream and yell. Right? You're going to be yelling as if you were, an arrow went inside of you. Let's go to John of Long Beach, the Jay Thomas Show. Hello, John. Welcome to the show. Christina's back there at 888-4-102-102. She's also the voice of a brand new channel. Shh. Brand new channel. Channel is called Who Can We Get to Voice the Channel that won't take money for it. And Garrett Andritz is the last Jet fan left in New York City. All right. John of Long Beach, go ahead.
Hi, Jay. How are you today?
I'm great.
Jay, one thing that you're confusing your authors on Walden Pond. It's not Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's Henry David Thoreau.
Oh, you know what? You're correct. I feel like a fool, a total fool. But Thoreau went to the pond, right, and wrote everything. What did Ralph Waldo Emerson? What did Thoreau?
Ralph Waldo Emerson. A lot of long poems.
Now wait a minute. Did he write the one? I'm not a poet, but my feet show it. I'm a Longfellow.
I think he did, Jay.
Get me some Ralph Waldo Emerson, Garrett, as soon as you possibly can. And I want Christina, who is the hottest new voice in satellite radio. What's the matter with you? You're the hottest new voice in satellite radio. And by the way, I'd love a little, credit, but forget it. Get some Ralph Waldo Emerson and have the hottest new voice in radio, satellite radio. Read it, please, Garrett, and put some of that symphony music behind it. Okay. All right, here we go. What are you reading, Christina?
He didn't give me anything.
Come on, Christina.
What?
Just make something up.
No. He wants you to
find
get
a poem.
Something. He doesn't remember what the name is, so he's trying to play it off.
No, just go Ralph Waldo Emerson. And
you have to look it up. My computer's virus checking.
All right. John, we'll look one up, and we'll have Christina, the hottest new voice in satellite radio, read it, okay?
Thank you, Jay.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you can. Just give her your address. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. It was Henry David Thoreau who went to the...
I thought it was too much of a coincidence.
Yes, that I happen to know something. Yeah, That's right. Listen, you know what? They never asked, how's Waldo? Let's go to how's Waldo? Let's go to Gary of Oklahoma. Gary, did you know that I'd screwed up? I always think everybody's too stupid to know anything, so I make all kind of mistakes.
Oh, that's right. Being from Oklahoma, I can't believe I actually know that. But
now, how would you know that? Were you good in English? I was reading an article today about how even our grandparents were no good in history, no good at all. And they, of course, say how stupid we are and how our kids are so stupid and all that. But the knowledge of American history is around 33%, even when tests are given to college professors. Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm actually a history major, graduated with a history degree.
Isn't it unbelievable that I brought this up, and I'm thinking you weren't an English major, but you just remembered this from your English.
Exactly.
Wow. And where do you teach history now? Where do you?
Well, it kind of relates to what you was talking about later. I mean, I taught for a year straight out of college and haven't went back. And the reason why is because there's no money in it, but you don't see me.
Now, wait a minute. That was bad English you just used. Haven't went back. That was bad.
It wasn't.
No, haven't gone back.
Haven't gone back, excuse me.
Yeah. So you're a college graduate. You ever say you have a master's degree in history?
Actually, I have an MBA in business.
MBA, and you said haven't went back. That's unbelievable. That's why people even think the elected officials in the South are dumb. We just are not great with the English language, you know? So.
Exactly. But
what do you do now with your MBA history and all that? What do you do for a living?
I do heavy industrial construction.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Now, you know what? We had John Ratzenberger on Friday morning. And apparently the Friday morning show meant a lot to me, Garrett. I don't know why. And he was saying, we need to make people learning a trade, more acceptable, right?
Yes, definitely.
It's true. It absolutely is true. But, they don't offer it. They don't, you have to seek out a trade school, The one that my son went to for gunsmithing is unbelievable in Prescott, Arizona. Yavapai College is unbelievable. You can get your normal 2-year degree there. And I'm sure a lot of other community colleges, but they really don't. And don't you make like a lot of money if you're a really good plumber or a really good construction guy? I mean, you can make tons of money, right?
Tons of money. And what I was going to say is, I have welders that work around me, and I mean, they're making, $2,500 a week.
Yeah.
I mean, no college education, barely a 7th grade education.
Can you imagine if they took the physics of welding? Here's the thing I like. If you do look at that blue flame, do your retinas really burn out?
I'm sure. I know I got guys that wear contacts that, the contacts will actually melt to their retina to a certain extent. They have to kind of pry them off. It's not very fun.
Garrett, when you were like a kid and there'd be a guy welding somewhere, did your dad or mom say to you, don't look directly
Never.
At the acetylene? Really? You're kidding.
Never.
It's the same as looking at the sun.
No.
It's not the same effect.
I am telling you right now that for as long as I can remember, and even now I warn whoever's near me, I heard, you know what? You have what I call a snotty laugh, because you blow snot when you laugh. You go, like that. See? Big snot ball comes out of you. When you look directly at that, I think it's the blue part of the flame, isn't it, Gary?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is that what it is?
Oh, I can't. You know what? I hope when you're going home today, there's welding, and I want you to stare at it as long as you can. All right. Thank you, Gary. I mean it.
No
problem. I want you to stare at it as long as you can so that when you come back to work, okay, you need a cane.
Wow.
Okay. And what's good about radio is, Garrett, you could still probably figure where the buttons were, And I love that when somebody calls from La Jolla, which Christina loves to spell Lohoya.
That's right.
Joe of La Jolla, which is really the way it ought to be spelled. Joe, let me tell you.
Things out.
I'll tell you a story. I moved out to California and kind of didn't know where I was, what I was doing. And I went to San Diego one weekend, right? And this guy told me, I go, well, how do I get to your house or whatever? And I parked my car somewhere. And he said, look, it's really better if you take the bus. So he said, just wait for the La Jolla bus at a certain thing, and you'll take the bus to La Jolla, and then and so I parked my car. And I sat at this bus stop for like about 2 hours, right? And buses came and went. And I called him up and I said, fuck, man, I'm waiting and waiting. He goes, it must have been 5 buses. He said, La Jolla. I said, yeah, La Jolla. He goes, what buses? And I said, well, the La Jolla bus came by. Lajolla, and I mean it. Wow. I did not know that was La Jolla. That's got to happen
either.
Well, not. You know what? It's not like I never saw the word before. I had never seen La Jolla written down, I guess. So, Joe, you ever You ever have people don't know what La Jolla is spelled L?
Yeah, they do it all the time.
Jolla. And it really does. It throws you because it's like La Jolla, right?
Yeah, it's La Jolla.
Then you have La Hambra. So you have a lot of la's. So you don't know that you're mispronouncing it. So you're in, what does Jolla mean, by the way? La Jolla.
The jewel.
The jewel. Wow. You know what? As you know, Joe, I love people that know the history of their town. Now listen to this one. My son asked me if I knew the meaning of our street name, and I didn't. Oh yes. I know. Wow. He said, "Hey, Dad, do you know what perdido means?" And I went, "Yeah, period, end," like that. He goes, "Nope."
Euclid is never in a good neighborhood.
That's right. Euclid's never in a good neighborhood. But perdido means lost. So I live on Lost Road.
Here I go with Ralph Waldo Emerson from Timothy Leary.
What about Timothy Leary? You mean Timothy Yeary?
Yeah, Timothy Leary.
Go ahead.
The greatest American philosopher who said that your divinity lies within. Don't look to the charities or the churches or the big marble institutions. Your divinity lies within. You must learn to operate your brain. You must operate your soul. You must learn to communicate.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said these things.
Yes, right. That's right.
You know what? I was wrong about Ralph. Ralph's a good guy, right?
He's a hell of a dude.
He's a hell of a guy. It's this Thoreau I hate.
In our town, where I'm from, in Virginia, the intermediate schools are named after poets. Mm-hmm. So I was going to go to Thoreau, but I wound up going to Kilmer.
Joyce Kilmer.
Joyce Kilmer, yep.
She wrote Trees.
He lived in our area, too.
Joyce Kilmer was a man named Joyce.
Yeah, man named Joyce.
Who wrote Trees. Okay, thank you so much, Joe. Now, Garrett, I don't dislike Emerson anymore, but I want to hear Kristina, the hottest new voice in satellite radio, to read. What poem have you chosen?
It's called Loss and Gain.
Loss and Gain by Ralph Waldo Emerson, and read by the hottest new voice in satellite radio. Bruce Jenner will be here in about 30 minutes. Here we go.
Virtue runs before the muse and defies her skill. She is wrapped and doth refute to wait a painter's will. Star-adoring, occupied, virtue cannot bend her, just to please a poet's pride, to parade her splendor. The bard must be with good intent, no more his but hers. Throw away his pen and paint, kneel with worshippers. Then perchance a sunny ray from the heaven of fire, his lost tools may overpay and better his desire.
Wow. I want to tell you something. That was a terrific reading, and I mean this.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I think it's interesting how well you read it. I think you ought to start reading poetry for yourself and out loud.
No, that makes me uncomfortable.
Why?
Poetry makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah. That's a beautiful poem.
One time in college, somebody opened up his notebook and started reading, and I walked out of the room. I got so uncomfortable.
Why are you?
I don't know. I don't like poetry? That. It's too sensitive for me.
Why don't you just say what you mean? Why do you have to run around the bush?
I don't want to have to figure it out with the empty
Hold on a minute.
vase.
You
I
call
don't
rhyming
care.
running around the bush of words?
Yes. He's right. It's very.
But Kristina, what you just
touchy.
read is beautifully done. Here it is. Poetry is just simply an artistic way of getting a thought across, like a painting that isn't perfectly, like an impressionistic painting. It looks sort of like what you think it is, but it's not exactly a flower. It's not exactly a perfect face. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same way about interpretive dance. I can't watch it.
Wow.
It makes me very uncomfortable.
I love interpretive dance, especially when they're dancing and they take their hands and they put them inside their legs and they pull both of their hands up past their pubic region, up across their chest, over their head. I feel like Kevin Meaney right now, just for a second. I went Kevin Meaney on you.
Kristina was going Kevin Meaney when she was reading the poem.
Oh, I was very passionate.
She had her fist up and
that was a beautiful. I mean it.
Thank you.
What did it mean? What did it mean?
You know what? None of us know what it means.
So what?
But you know why?
Good?
I was listening to her read the poetry. Now, here's the thing. For her to get better in broadcasting, I think she ought to start reading poetry, and I think she needs to start touching the things that frighten her. You, Garrett, are a lost cause. I mean this. Why? I would never suggest anything to you. First of all, you are a very smart guy, but you have somehow just decided to stop at 4, okay? And not continue on to being a 10. You just said, well, I'm at 4, might as well stay here. Christina, if you'll just get through your so-called fears or uncomfortableness, you will end up being such a more... It's probably because your parents sheltered you or something, the only child thing. I don't know. But you need to... Because these aren't... Like, I know you're frightened of snails, let's say, right?
Right.
And you and I had a big argument about these snails, and you went on forever and ever and ever, and then all of a sudden you try one and you spit it out. I know.
It was horrible.
But the weird thing is it wasn't as horrible as you
no,
thought
it really
it was.
It was just as bad as I thought it was going to be. The smell and the texture plus the taste, it was all bad from the start.
All right.
To see them alive and then to see them on my plate, everything was wrong with that.
Let's go to Bob of Tennessee. Bob, you never know what's going to happen on this show, and today it's taken kind of a literary turn by a simple, a note that came in my direction. Yes, Bob, go ahead.
I just want to know what the hell that meant.
Exactly.
All right, let's go back to the poem. Hold on. Send it to me, Garrett. Send it to me. Can you send it to me?
That's Christina.
Yes, I will.
Okay.
All right, send it to me. When I come back, I'm going to look at it. We'll look at it cold. We'll try and figure out what this poem means. I may not know how to do it, but there is somebody out there who knows it. And we'll figure it all out in a few minutes. Stay where you are. Bruce Jenner will be here, plus a man who stumbled in his bathroom and struck his head. Garrett, you need the sound of something hitting, like a boing or a ding or a boing. And through the interview, just wait a little while, then play it.
Okay.
And I won't act like I hear it. Okay? Do you have like a boing?
I'll look for one.
Something or other.
Yeah.
So we need a sound effect because he says that once he hit his head, he didn't recognize his wife, his children, his life, nothing. And he's written a book about it. What, is it called Mind Deleted or something? What is it
My
called?
Life Deleted.
My Life Deleted. And so when this stranger walked into his hospital room or when he went home or whatever, he had no idea who these people were. I have so many questions, and you can imagine. You wake up, and there's this woman in front of you. I wonder if you know the difference between a good-looking woman and your wife. Wouldn't it be funny if you have a really hot wife who doesn't really like you, and then you wake up and go, holy shit, that's mine? Come on, baby, give me some of that. We'll be right back.
Jay Thomas.
The Jay Thomas Show.
It's the afternoon show. Sirius XM 104. The Jay Thomas Show.
Stars 2.
I'm not getting it for some reason. God darn it. Huh? Gosh darn it.
There is unrest in the forest.
Where is it?
There is trouble with the trees.
I'm not getting it.
I'll send it again.
Okay. What is this song?
The Trees.
Yeah, this isn't. Is it? Is it Trees? No, it isn't Trees by Joyce Kilmer. Imagine being a man named Joyce. Are we on the air or are we just being real? I don't know anymore. I have no idea. So, okay. I haven't gotten it yet, and gosh darn it, I'm waiting to get... whenever I really want something badly, my computer...
Once again.
My computer doesn't work. And I get all this stuff that I don't want. Doggone it. Let me read my other one while I'm waiting for yours. This is from my wife. My phone was put in the washing machine today, so I don't have it anymore. We'll go to the Apple store later. That's my life right there. My wife put her phone in the washing machine. That's impossible to imagine.
It is.
And now I'm not allowed to say anything.
Is it as impossible as you losing your wallet 4 times in 5 months?
You mean putting it on top of my car? And driving away? Damn it. Hold on. Let me go get, let's talk to somebody. I'll talk and I'll try and find this poem. Yeah, you send it to me, would you? Can you? Somebody? I don't know what's going on. Christina, yours isn't coming through, but I think it might just be my machine. I don't know. Let's go to, Todd of Arizona. Yes, Todd, it's Jay Thomas. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, Thomas, how are you, sir?
Good, thank you.
Good. Hey, first of all, what is going on with Christina's voice the last few weeks?
She's been sick.
Really sick? Did she have a cold? Okay.
Terribly ill.
All right. It's actually kind of sexy, Christina. So
well, here's the problem. If you get this job being the hottest new voice in satellite radio, what happens when your sickness goes away?
No, I did all of that before I was sick.
Oh, you did?
So you're better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. She's the hottest new. She's the hottest new voice.
All right. So here's the other thing, Jay. This was a while ago, but for some reason I just fucking had a brain fart and I didn't call you back. But you started to talk about that fucking idiotic movie called Hall Pass with Owen Wilson. And you were like talking about, it was so predictable and what was going to happen at the end.
Yeah,
these guys go out, they're going to end up with their wives again. But then you started to lead into a movie that I think you were talking about that says, this is a fucking real show. And I think you were going to talk about Very Bad Things. Am I right or am I wrong? Do you remember?
No, I don't. No, I never heard of Very Bad Things. I don't know.
You never saw that movie with Christian Slater and they go on the bachelor party trip?
It's when they
Did you just say Christian Slater?
Yes, and it's when
I will never go to a Christian Slater film ever.
Well, there you go. It's Very Bad Things, but you got to check it out. It's really.
I know. I won't ever see one. He was rude to my family and some friends once after a theatrical production, and that's it for me. Done.
All right. Well, fuck Christian Slater then.
Thank you.
All right.
In fact, I'm sorry you even said his name. I don't even want to hear the guy's name. Can't stand him. I can't stand him. What is it? Kind of horrible laugh was that? Okay, here we go. Let's go to Mark of Columbus, Ohio. Yes, Mark, it's Jay Thomas. Yes, sir.
Jay, I'm your biggest fan. Been listening since you was there from the beginning.
Isn't that amazing? Most people, they just didn't even think I was going to make it. It was horrifying.
I love your style, man, but I have.
You like the style? You know what the original the original note I was sent, Garrett, when I first got here is, we listened to your show today. Why didn't you play any records? Okay? That was the original note I got from a guy that was the program director of whatever, thing I was doing. Okay? They're all gone now.
Hold on, the boss here?
Yes, absolutely. The guy
I thought you
there.
meant some listener.
No. The boss wanted to know why I didn't play any records. Didn't understand it. Was the machine broken? It was one of those kind of deals. Wow. For some reason, I can't get email. Isn't that ridiculous? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, Jay, you guys had a topic.
Hold on a minute. When were you circumcised? At birth or later in life?
I was circumcised at 33 years old.
That's impossible to imagine.
I swear to God, and I was awake, but I was fucked up on medicine. So I didn't even feel it. I could hear them cutting it.
Oh, you could hear. Wait a minute. How could you hear them cutting skin that's as soft as butter?
Yeah, I could hear them cutting it. I was
Wait a second. Unless your foreskin turned to some leathery consistency, they're going against circumcision now. You're saying you're supposed to. I mean, God doesn't put a piece of meat on your penis for no reason.
What about your appendix?
But
your appendix used to be used, not anymore. It's for if you eat food off the ground and get some dirt in your system, your appendix will be activated. That's what it's for.
It also could have been I was a musician for 20 years and I fucked a lot of whores. And I had gonorrhea like 6 times. Ain't this really nice to say on the radio?
Can I be honest with you? I'm going to have to get rid of you. I'm so frightened of you, I'm afraid I could catch something.
Do me a favor.
Yes, from this phone call. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. No,
Doesn't
Don't want to hear
the
it.
skin harbor all of that?
Let's go to Peter of Canada.
I hate to pile on here, but you made a car full of businessmen just about shit themselves laughing last week.
What happened?
We were going to a meeting, and you were talking about banging this hot chick in a movie. And And the movie was, you said the movie was called Calcutta.
Uh-huh.
Now, Calcutta is a fucking city in India.
No. The play is called Old Calcutta. Calcutta was a famous play with the entire cast was naked.
And Peter O'Toole was in it. That movie was
No. A play on Broadway that ran for 15 years called O.O.H. Calcutta. And it was a nude play. If you look it up on the internet, you'll see it.
My bad.
This actress that I had these scenes with, who I had made out with, and she had braces and everything else. But a year or two passes, and she became gorgeous. I see her walking down the street. Of course, I hadn't called her in 2 years. Oh, hey, what are you doing now? And she tells me, oh, Calcutta. And I go to see it, and she's so incredibly fine, I can't believe it, and everybody's naked. And she introduced me to her boyfriend. But it was called Oh, Calcutta. Yeah.
We thought the movie was called Caligula, because we all saw that when we were like 16, and we fucking near died laughing, thinking, can you imagine making a movie about a bunch of nude people called Calcutta, the fucking movie, the town in India?
That's fine. Don't tell them any differently. If I got to laugh, I don't care if it was by mistake.
You killed. There's no other way to put it. You fucking
Garrett, I fucking killed on a mispronunciation, okay?
You did.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Peter. All these businessmen driving to work, and please, he's going to ruin it.
Carpool.
Have you ever heard of O Calcutta? Have you ever heard of that?
No.
They've never revived it. It's really weird. It's like everybody was naked. It ran forever. It was... I don't know when it started or when it stopped, but, you know. Let's go to Londell of Tennessee. Yes, Londell, it's Jay Thomas. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, Jay? How you doing, man?
I'm perfect, thank you.
I want to talk to you about something that's on the front of every black man's mind, and it should be in America, but I know it is down in Memphis, Tennessee, where I'm from. Look here, Jay. Frank's Red Hot sauce has been around since 1920.
Frank's Red Hot sauce has been around since... I'm going to have to take notes on this one. Go ahead.
And look here, Jay. This is the perfect blend of flavor and heat, okay?
I agree.
I agree, too.
And I just want to also say, I put that shit on everything, Jay.
Don't you hate those fancy hot sauces? People are like, oh, you got to try this one. No, you just want Frank's.
No.
What's the name of it? Frank's what?
Red Hot.
Red Hot, yeah.
It's called Frank's Red Hot sauce, man. It's been around since 1920.
Yeah, that's what's on every black man's mind in America.
Well, if it ain't, goddammit, it should be.
All right. Well, thank you, Londell.
The booty was on every black man's mind.
Why are you guys talking to this guy so much? I don't get it. Because you don't think...
I agree with him.
Yeah, no, he's right.
Frank's
you ever
Red
put it in macaroni and cheese?
Yeah.
Please.
I'm from Louisiana, and we only do the Tabasco that's made in that area.
Yeah,
Tabasco New Iberia. No, it doesn't.
Kinda.
It's hot sauce.
It's no Frank's.
Is there really such a thing as Frank's hot sauce?
Yes.
Now I gotta go look for it. Now I got to go look for it today. If I go to the store and there's no such thing, I'm going to be in a really bad mood.
Oh, no, it's, really? It's right up there with Tabasco.
Let's go to Joe of Connecticut.
Hey,
yes, Joe.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Good.
Two things. First one, how does a tight foreskin come up in conversation with the guys at the office?
How does a what?
The tight foreskin come up in conversation.
I could not agree with you more. How that conversation would even begin, I have no idea. They talk about things here that are so weird, I can't even tell you.
The other thing, have you heard any good Steve Jobs jokes?
Well, we did, and Rodney really threw them out originally. The best one was everybody said that Obama was a Jobs killer.
Hello? I got one for you. What does Steve Jobs with cancer and the iPad 2 have in common?
I don't know.
They both weigh half as much as the original, and they're less than 2 pounds now.
Yeah.
All right, I blew that one, Jay.
You know what I like? He wasn't dead 15 minutes, and I read an article kind of what an asshole he was. They said that he was especially with reporters and stuff, and he would get on these conference calls, and he would accuse them of spreading misinformation about his what they were putting out and all this kind of stuff. And, he worked right up to the day he died. And I guess that's interesting. But, there's so many other things that I would do.
Especially at the end.
If I was going to die.
And you had $7 billion or whatever, 8.3, I think it is.
Yeah, you don't even need. First of all, when you get past your first 100 million, it doesn't really make any difference. There's really nothing more. There's not another amount of money you're going to need to buy anything.
Okay, Roseanne.
What do you? Oh, right. No, but I mean it. No, I mean you can have $8 billion if you want it, but once you get past the $100 million mark, what can't you buy?
A cure for cancer?
Well, that's true. Let me tell you what I would have done if I was...
Give you some bowling pins.
If I was Steve Jobs, let me tell you what I would have done. I would have sent a group of individuals to India, and I would have had them say they were buying livers or kidneys or whatever. They'd have gotten some poor unfortunates off the street. Mm-hmm. And I'd have gotten about 6 pancreases, because that's what he had. He had pancreatic cancer, mm-hmm. which is, incurable. And I would have had them transplant one after another until one of them took hold. And I would have taken care of the poor unfortunates who we found in India's families or whatever, because who would you rather have alive? Steve Jobs or these beggars from India?
Steve Jobs.
We'll be right back.
Jay Thomas, the afternoon drive show on Stars 2. Jay Thomas, Stars 2. Sirius XM 104, and on the Sirius XM app for smartphones.
Good. Who are we talking? I never did get the poem. I apologize. My computer messed up. It's weird. But wait a minute. Now Jeff Furlot sent me something about his foreskin. Oh my God. Huh. Does he text you during the games?
He didn't yesterday, but he usually does.
Yeah. And do you ever reply?
Never.
No.
Well, yesterday he texted me because at the end of the games, the Jets were down by 10 with like 30 seconds left, and Sanchez got sacked, and he texted me. He was rewinding that sack. Like, who cares? It was the end of the game. It's like,
no. You know what he misses. You and I aren't friends. Shuli and I aren't friends. Kristina and I aren't friends. He thinks that there are things called friends in this business.
Like the show continues after 6.
No, it's like we talk to each other on the weekend or on the phone or whatever. We don't give a shit about each other. And he's like trying to be our pal, and he thinks we're these barbecuers next door.
Yeah.
And hey, Bill, how are you? Hey, I'd put a fence up so fucking high, I could never. I'd never see a barbecue pit. That's Kim Kardashian, and of course, last night the episode of the 2-episode special inside Kim Kardashian's wedding right here in Santa Barbara. Bruce Jenner, the stepdad, welcome to the show, Bruce.
He's not there yet.
What do you mean he's not there yet? That was a big intro.
Yeah.
Big intro?
We got the call, but he's not on the other side of the call yet.
God, you should have come on and act like you were Bruce. I would have just started talking to you. Do Olympic people make money now? Are they allowed to make? I think they are, aren't they?
Yeah, like, the hockey players play in the Olympics.
That's right. He's not allowed.
Bruce is ready.
Hey, Bruce, it's Jay Thomas.
Jay, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Thanks. First of all, you're here to talk about the big wedding special. Did they run? Was it part 1 last night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drama.
And then it's going to be part 2. Kristina, who's here with us, is a huge fan. I live like 2 blocks from where you had the wedding.
No way.
And I called the cops 4 times.
Oh, you're the guy.
It's because you didn't invite him.
Oh,
that's true.
I'm sorry. I thought I saw your name on the list.
Yeah. No.
Maybe I did.
That's okay. But so tonight is going to be the big special. Kristina, what question do you have for Bruce? Because you really are a huge fan.
So last night you got to see Chris Humphries, a different side of him, or I guess his real side. How did you feel about him? Because you're the dad, you know, and that's one of your little girls going away with him. How do you really feel about him? Because he's kind of disrespectful.
I like Chris. I think he's young. He's 26. He's got a lot to learn about life. He's been a single guy all his life. But I'm all about character. And he really does have great character, as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And, I like him. And it was a little tough to watch because most of that stuff I never saw. And honestly, I don't watch the show, because my wife's executive producer and she sees everything and approves everything. I don't worry about doing that. I go to the golf course. And whatever happens, and I know there's enough people out there looking out for my interests that I'm not going to say anything or do anything in the show that, I would say, oh my God, I wish that wasn't in there. Everybody else looks out for me. So that was actually the first time I saw it. When they take a month of filming and then cram it down into, in this case, a 2-hour special, you do get a lot of drama because they cut out all the other stuff. And, there was a lot of, a lot of stuff going on at that time.
Because I've been divorced before, so I know, to look for red flags and stuff, and it was just, neon red flags everywhere last night when I was watching.
Yeah. I think tonight's show will be a lot different from that standpoint.
Okay.
I just figure, knowing my producers and, the people that work with it, they're always looking for the drama, and they're going to throw as much drama in, to get your interest to come back, and then everybody is happy at the end. So that's why I'm hoping it does, because they seem to be doing very well. They've been back after the wedding. Both of them went back to New York about a week after the wedding, week and a half after the wedding, and they've been there ever since because they're shooting Kim and Courtney Take New York.
Yep.
And so they've been in New York, and I just saw them last week for the first time. I went back to do the Today Show, and didn't even see Kim because she came here to do a bunch of stuff. So I missed her, but I saw Chloe and Lamar and Courtney and Little Mason and Scott and everybody, so I had a chance to visit.
Awesome.
Well, tonight, Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding, the Kardashian event, the premiere was yesterday. Part 2 is tonight, and it's all on E! Now, when I look at you, you were just such an unbelievable, Olympic athlete.
Right.
And worked your ass. And worked your ass.
Nobody remembers those days, but that's okay.
Well, and I remember that, and I remember a lot about it because I ran a track in high school and college, and I remember you didn't have any money, and I remember seeing a picture of you in some magazine. I believe did you have the hurdles set up in your apartment or something? And you would sometimes...
I had a hurdle in my living room, in my one-bedroom,
that's right,
$145 a month apartment.
Right. And so now Olympic athletes are allowed to, like Chris Humphries could play for the Olympic team, right?
Yeah, right.
And all of that. And
that has all changed.
It all changed. So you could have been a model and by the way, when's the last time an American won the decathlon? It's not something...
I'll give you a quick little history.
Yeah.
There has been 22 of the modern Olympic Games, Olympic decathlon, starting with Jim Thorpe winning the first one.
Right.
We have won it 12 times out of the 22. So
it doesn't seem like they've been covered like yours was covered. It was like was it because you were
in the right time and it was our bicentennial year? The whole flag thing at the finish line. When I won by breaking the world record that day. Just everything. It was kind of, everything came together. Rune Arledge at that time, spent a lot of time on my event because they were looking for stories, and here was a story. So, yeah, I know. It's amazing. Dan O'Brien won in 96. We went for our longest drought ever, 20 years.
Well, you know, that's weird because I love the Olympics, and we know the 100-yard guy, the milers, we'll know, you know, the broad jumpers and all that, but they don't seem to focus on the decathlon. I just can't remember it. It was focused on, like, the Olympic team, you know, the Olympic hockey team, the Olympic hockey team. So, but that's, you know, and now that had to take you a long time because, and I, you know, you and I know each other a long time.
Right.
I mean, no, we work, but there's no hard work in Hollywood, especially among the individuals you're now with. Right. You really worked your ass off. I'd almost, and these Olympic athletes, these basketball players did too. Do you ever get up and yell at them and say, you know, I really worked my ass off and didn't get anything? And you people, you know, you got very lucky. I'm happy that I'm with you and everything else. But in this house, me, Bruce Jenner, I am the true star of this building. Okay? I'm not bullshitting you.
But I won't take them on one-on-one. Yeah.
No, I know you wouldn't do that.
One-on-one in basketball, I'm not going to do that. I'm smarter than that. I take them to the golf course and clean their clocks.
Or do you think I have stepped into a fabulous life, and I have women that now work for me, and I have worked my ass off, and I deserve, after what I've done for my country, I deserve to have the Kardashian life?
Well,
which answer is correct?
That's an excellent question. I've never been asked that before. I'll put it this way. I am extraordinarily fortunate. Our family, our total family, has been extraordinarily fortunate because of the exposure and the people really loving my family. Courtney, Kimberly, Chloe, the whole family. I mean, the reason the show's been very successful is because people, you know, you got to like the characters. You know, you can watch Jersey Shore, and it's like a train wreck going by, and you're waiting for it to crash, you know. Where ours is more about a family. It's about a close-knit family, looking out for each other, and so I've been very blessed to be involved with something like this. And my kids have been very blessed to be involved with something like this. And, but yeah, I like to think of myself as kind of semi-retired. You know, I've worked my butt off for the last 35 years. You know, my kids are, the reason they do so well is because they're number one, they're very strong businesswomen. They have tremendous work ethic. I mean, they work 7 days a week, every day. They have a good business mind. They know how to do things, all led by their mother. But they work extraordinarily hard. I mean, it just doesn't happen. You know, like they work so hard.
Well, yeah, but you know what? What's weird is that in this situation, it's not a TV show for guys, especially.
No,
and sometimes as a guy, and we all sit and watch, and we go, Bruce has got to get just sick of this sometimes. And I mean, I just kind of wish we saw an episode. Christina, am I wrong about, do you wish he would explode in one episode and just give a speech and say, look,
I did feel bad the day that they brought to our attention that his picture wasn't in the hallway.
Oh, yes.
That broke my heart, Bruce.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know, and then in the show, they put the frame up, they put it up there. And I was happy, everybody was happy. And then my wife said that the frames didn't match.
Of course not.
Yeah.
So I
had to go out and get it reframed.
Now, here's my other question.
Then I have not seen it go back up.
I don't feel settled now.
Yeah. Every award that I've had since junior high school, I have kept. And I am not allowed to have them anywhere but either in the garage or on a shelf in my office. Yeah. Where are your Olympic medals?
Well, actually, to be honest with you, right now I don't know.
You see what I mean? They're not. The show should open, and they need. You know what? They need to remind people, and I mean this, of what an incredible feat you accomplished, and I mean this, and your size and weight and everything else. There were these big, giant Russians that you were against. Remember those? Huge guys, and you were not favored to win, and it was at a time when we needed to boost and all of that. They ought to open on your Olympic medals, and I'm not kidding you. You need to sit down with your wife after you make an appointment to see her, and you need to discuss why there isn't a show about who I am to train.
You, Jay,
to train this young audience to know why Bruce Jenner is on that show.
Jay, here's the deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been there. I've climbed that mountain. I kind of moved on. I retired the day of the games. Kind of moved on. It's great to have in my memory bank. But to be honest with you, I don't, for a little, I don't have anything Olympic in the house.
That's ridiculous.
Well, purposely.
I would have flags. I would have jackets.
Yeah.
I would have the medals. There wouldn't be a room that didn't have a replica of me pole vaulting.
Well, Bruce Jenner's very humble.
This is the reason, Jay. This is the reason I don't.
Why?
I don't have anything Olympic pictures, all that stuff in my house, because I don't want my kids who are growing up to look at that stuff constantly and think that that's what they have to do in their lives. That they have pressure to reach those types of heights, all that. It's so unique to be able to go out and win the Olympic Games. I mean, you're basically competing against billions of people all over the world.
No, it's like your kids ought to see what that is. It doesn't affect them.
Yeah, they know what I did, but I never want to throw it in their face. I kind of want them to find their own way and what they want to do. I try to teach them, good work ethics, work hard. Find out, that one thing in life that when you wake up in the morning, you're so excited about the day. And for me, I found it in sports, but you can find it somewhere else. But you got to find that. That's your job.
I think it's more fun to be the old drunk in the rocking chair showing them your picture. I think that's and point to the picture and go like this. No matter what you think of me now, look at this. And here's what you say to him, Bruce. You'll never be me.
Jay does that with his 8x10s now.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So,
yeah, that's true.
And then, of course, were you not the star of Grambling's White Tiger?
I actually was the producer of it, and my manager at the time, we bought the rights to the story, had the script written, and that was, I got in the top 10 movies of the year for television. Yeah, it was a great movie.
I'm from Louisiana, and so that was a big deal. Do you know Garrett, do you know what Grambling's White Tiger was about? Do you know, Garrett?
No clue.
A really great white athlete became the quarterback for a predominantly black
I do.
School.
Yeah.
And so
it happened in the 60s. His name was Jim Gregory.
Right.
And in 1968, he went there as a freshman. And he wanted to get into the pros, and he found out that Grambling was putting more people into the pros than anybody. He was from California. He was a quarterback. He thought, well, why don't I go to Grambling? And at that time, Eddie Robinson, when in the 60s, a lot of black players were making it on predominantly all-white teams, he thought it would be a good idea that, integration is happening, and maybe we should bring this kid here. And to his credit, he never really started. He played some, but never really started because he always had better quarterbacks come in. And but stayed all 4 years, graduated. It's really a great story.
Was he not good enough to have been to play at the next level?
I'm sorry, what at the next level?
Was he not good enough to make it as a pro, you don't think?
Yeah, no, I don't think he was.
So he wasn't even good enough to beat out whether he was white or black. He couldn't. He couldn't.
The first black quarterback to get the MVP at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Played for Washington.
Yeah.
He came in when he was like a sophomore. He came in as a freshman.
Doug Williams.
Doug Williams. Yeah, Doug Williams.
Doug Williams. Yeah.
He was the first really huge, almost like a defensive tackle playing quarterback.
Yeah,
also.
he was a big guy, but he came in and kind of took and so he always just backed him up. The rest of his career.
Well, Bruce, look, good luck. Now, what do you do when you guys, they say horrible stuff about you? Comedians do, the newspapers, the OK Magazine.
I don't think too much. Well, they make, those types of magazines, that's,
But they say horrible stuff all the time. And I say horrible stuff, too. We say all horrible stuff. We all say horrible stuff.
I've known you for a long time.
Does it ever get you just so mad you wish you guys would cash in and not be on TV anymore?
When I'm out there on the golf course, smacking away on a beautiful golf course, and I thought, you know what, life's pretty good.
You've mentioned golf a few times. Whenever you would like if you come up here to Santa Barbara, you certainly are welcome at my course. I only play for money at my course.
Really?
And yes.
Big money or just money?
No, not money like you've got. No, no. Sirius XM money is what I play for.
Well, yeah,
yeah. But sure, if you ever want to come up, I'm available.
I've been very blessed. My kids have all done extraordinarily well. They're smart, good businesswomen. The family's been doing great. Yeah, some of that tabloid stuff comes along with it, which is, at first it probably bothers you more, but eventually it's just water off the duck's back. Who cares? You move on.
Well, good. Bruce Jenner, thanks. The second episode of the big wedding tonight on E! Watch that. Bruce Jenner. Also rent Grambling's White Tiger. It's a true story and kind of a fun movie. Did you shoot that in Louisiana?
Shot it all. The whole movie was shot at Grambling. The school was very, very generous in opening up their entire campus and everything, and the football field, everything. We used Grambling football players, everything, yeah.
Well, tonight you'll see it all on E! Go to BruceJenner.com or eonline.com. The Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding, part 2 tonight. Bruce, thanks a lot, man.
Jay, it's always a pleasure.
Okay, buddy. Talk to you later. So there you go. That was Bruce.
If you you're going to go golfing with Bruce Jenner?
No.
For real?
They invited me to the wedding. Now that's
you lie.
I'm not lying.
You lie.
I'm not lying.
I saw the save the date on his fridge.
Yep.
You're a liar.
But my wife didn't want to go. She didn't have a big enough diamond, she said. I need a big giant diamond. It's so weird. I've known he and his wife forever, and I'm sure if I had a publicist call them or whatever, I could have gotten invited. It's no big deal. And it really did happen near my home, and the helicopters and all that stuff,
Can I be your caddy if you go golfing with Bruce Jenner?
Sure, it'd be fun.
Awesome.
Be a lot of fun. I'd like to see you carrying a big old bag, okay?
Yeah.
With,
I think
wet grass on your shoes.
I think you'll be very impressed with
I think you probably are a strong person.
That's right.
But he was very nice, and I think I kind of asked him the questions, Garrett. I wasn't rude to him, but he likes saying how much he likes the golf course, right? Mm-hmm. And I think he stepped in shit and it stuck to his boot, and he's happy about it, But that's a rough day at the beach, waking up to that group.
It's so funny too, because in this episode from yesterday, Chris gets her neck done, her neck and her jawline and everything. So she's recovering in a hospital bed, and he comes in and to visit her in his golf shoes. And she's like, "Can you just get out of here? Because I just need peace and quiet." He was like, "All right, I have my shoes on already." And he goes to the golf course. He's right. That's all he does.
Right. And
see, that part was real.
That was, and also he said that
cut her open. You see the surgery.
That's true. But what he also said was that, I don't know if you heard or not, they edit things and make things happen that aren't exactly true. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
When you were asking him that this guy Chris Humphreys looked like an asshole, right?
He did. He looked like such a prick bastard.
And by the way, if you don't think that these basketball players aren't just interested in...
Of course. He's going to get a fragrance. He's probably going to get his own shoe line.
It's hard to believe for those of us that would never do that. I mean, I would never in a million years hook up... I'm certain I could have years ago, hook up with somebody that can help you. Or if you get up with them, you get to walk on the red carpet with them or whatever. But there are groups of individuals whose lives have nothing to do with reality. They just have to do with they were always great, especially these basketball players, and maybe Bruce Jenner too, I don't know. And so they deserve whatever life they establish for themselves. It has nothing to do with they're in love with anybody. They're in love with themselves. Mm-hmm. So if they can improve their standing,
yes,
and they join up with another person, it's almost like in the olden days when, kings and queens, and you married for, political reasons, right, or financial reasons, mm-hmm. right? That's the new. Except your parents aren't telling you to do it.
Right.
Maybe in the Kardashians' world they are, but those two basketball player marriages.
No, Lamar and Khloe are the real thing. But Khloe, she brought this up to Chris on the show.
I think Lamar and Khloe will be the first two that get divorced.
Nope.
First two. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely not.
All of them.
You are wrong, sir.
How about the woman from Desperate Housewives who marries the basketball player, and he just goes to France, and she finds out he's fucking around, and it's almost like, well, so tell him to...
Longoria?
Yeah, so tell him to stop fucking around and quit posing and being pretend sexy for television and the magazines. Start taking better sexual care of your husband and fight for your man if you really love him as much as you say you do, and stay the course. What does she do?
She's his brother now.
But she leaves within a matter of minutes because things don't go her way. And that's just not the way marriage works. It never will, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? They wake up in the morning and they treat each other like you and your boyfriend do? They don't.
Yes, they do.
They do not.
Cameras are there to prove it.
Think about that for a second. Think about it. You have to have makeup before you get on camera.
I know.
So they've been up for hours.
And
then they put them back in bed, and they act like they're waking up.
Okay, but listen, I feel this way about Kim and Chris. I don't think that they're in love, and I think it was all for show and cameras and to help his career and what have you. But I truly believe that there is love between Chloe and Lamar.
God.
You'll
poor
see.
thing.
You will see. Don't poor thing me.
Well, that love has a big dollar sign in front of it. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you about love. Scott Bolzan hit his head and didn't recognize his wife, Joan, or anybody around him, Garrett. Had no idea who they were. Ow! That's it! Wait a minute. Do you have the other one? The boing? Do you have that one? Oh, please. Please have it. Let me hear it. Oh, you can't play them together. Oh my God. Oh my God, I can't wait. I cannot wait till they come on. Okay, good. The iPhone 4S sold 1 million or got hit 1 million on Friday. Because Steve Jobs died. Isn't this weird? Why would people, on the first day it sold 600,000?
Ooh, I bet you I know.
Why do people, when someone dies, they buy their album or they go buy their phone or whatever the hell they have?
Do you think that people thought Steve Jobs must have had a hand in this one, so let me get it before he's completely out of the picture?
You mean a hand in a phone that in 6 months is obsolete?
Yeah, I mean, like he was still alive and around and probably part of some plan for the iPhone 4S. So you think they're like, let me get that last one of Steve Jobs before he, you know.
Maybe they
won't
thought
be part of number 5.
Maybe they think that Steve Jobs is really just like one of their phones, and maybe they can just, you know, turn it off and then turn it back on, and Steve Jobs will come back again. Maybe that's what they think. I don't know. But what's weird is anything is publicity now. Anything. If you die, your album gets sold. If you do something horrible, you know, you rape somebody, you rob something, you're a drug addict. What?
Kill your baby.
Kill your baby. Well, no, not if you're a movie star. I'm talking about a movie star or a musician or something.
I mean, I'm saying
your shit starts selling.
And all of a sudden, you have $1 million in interviews, and somebody wants to help you write a book, and so that happens also.
Well, you're talking about Casey Anthony?
Yes.
She's not going to have any money soon.
What do you mean?
She was disguised last week. I can't believe no one knows this. She wore a baseball hat and sunglasses. She is being deposed in a civil lawsuit that accuses her of ruining another woman's reputation. Attorneys for Zenaida Gonzalez. This woman, Casey Anthony, said that she had let a woman named Zenaida Gonzalez watch her child. That turned out to be the real name of a woman that lives nearby. And they don't know where she got this woman's name from, but people began, it ruined her reputation. So Zenaida Gonzalez is suing Casey Anthony for, defamation. And I believe she's going to win that lawsuit. That's a good one, though, isn't it? That she just picked some name out of, and that's the one she said she called Zanny. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's like she just picked a name out of the Hispanic phone book, you know? And it happens to be a real person's name. Wow. For those of you that wanted the newest Steve Jobs joke, it's the only other one I can think of right now. President Obama says there is now a shovel-ready Jobs. Huh? Huh? Mm-hmm. Sarah Palin's not going to run for president. I believe that at this time I can be more effective in a decisive role to help elect other true public servants to office. Does that mean she's not a true public servant? That was kind of a bad thing to say. From the nation's governors to congressional seats and to the presidency.
Nobody actually believed that she would do it. She quit being governor.
Well, also, she makes a ton of money. Now, I think her time is going to run out at Fox, because I don't think anyone's going to be interested in her. But John McCain said today, honey, I wish you'd given me this info about 3 years ago. He apparently didn't know anything about her. It's so weird that, you know, there are a lot of these decisions that are made, and their handlers are making them and everything else, and yet up to the point where you decide to run for president, you're pretty smart on your own, right? And then they start all of this. It's like if I was, handling Barack Obama, I would have alternating T-shirts with Osama bin Laden, the guys they killed, every one of the ones they've killed. And I don't believe Bush and Cheney used to say that we would not be safe with a Democrat in the White House, right? And we wouldn't kill anybody. Well, he's killing them all. That's what he ought to do. I'd wear those T-shirts with their faces on them all the time. People would love that shit. Get them laughing so they don't know how bad the economy is. Someone threw a hot dog at Tiger Woods. He was on the 7th green at Corday Valley in the Fry's.com. What is that, the electronics store, the Fry's electronics store?
No, that's FYE, isn't it?
FRY. Is it Fry?
That's what I thought.
Here's what's weird. He played in a tournament sponsored by someone, and I don't know what the company is. And I never saw an ad for the company. So I don't know what it is. I thought it was Fry's Electronics.
Oh, you could be right.
I don't know. So anyway, he's about to putt on the 7th green, and a guy goes underneath, as you well know, those protective ropes. They keep going, what do you think made the guy go past the rope? What, the protective rope? It's like it's like a force field or something, right? Like, So the 75-year-old volunteer holding up the quiet sign didn't stop him? Or the housewife, right? Yeah. Okay, with the big barrel ass.
The golf. Doing it for the free ticket, yeah.
Yeah, of course. All right. So now, this guy was eating a hot dog, and he's a 31-year-old guy, and he's eating a hot dog, and he goes under the rope, and he yells at Tiger, and he throws the hot dog, okay? And then he gets on his stomach with his hands behind his back. And they all looked at him like he was nuts, right? So the security guard comes up, and they walk him away, and they ask him, what he's doing and everything else. And he says, I had a drink, and but they find that he's not really drunk or anything, right? So they let him go. And here's the question. I don't know what Tiger did after did he drop the putt, Garrett? What did he do?
I don't know. I just heard about
We were all watching football. Yeah, that's the big problem. Okay, now, I'm going to open the phones at 8884-102-102. And what I'm going to tell you is the absolute truth. The head of security of whatever this golf tournament was made a statement about the guy throwing the hot dog. And the statement started, thank God it wasn't. Complete that sentence for me when we come back, and Kristina, the hottest voice in satellite radio, will leave a message on your cell phone. People like that, don't they, Kristina? Would you do that for them?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. So you'll do a message for them.
Okay.
And you'll say something like this: "Hi, I'm not Ted's wife," like that.
Yeah.
But I'm with Ted right now.
Anything they want.
I'm with Ted right now, so leave a message. But whatever you do, don't tell Marjorie. Those kind of. So you'll do that for them. Mm-hmm. What did the security guy say when he came up and he sees the hot dog laying on the green, and the guy's laying on the ground, and he looks at everybody when they question him. He says, "Thank God it wasn't what." Give us a call and tell us. Stay where you are.
Society's oddities played like a fiddle. The Jay Thomas Show, the afternoon drive show on Stars 2, Sirius XM 104, and on the Sirius XM app for smartphones.
So yesterday, Tiger Woods is losing another golf tournament. What did he come in, Garrett? They didn't even, nobody even knows. And Ernie Els did well or something. No one cares about golf anymore. They have guys named like Vinny Beard and people no one cares about.
Did anybody ever care about it?
Yeah, oh God, yes. Ugh, absolutely.
So boring.
Well, not if you play golf. Oh, the guy's a champion.
That's true.
Yeah, when Mickelson or Woods was playing and they were, head and head and all that, but those days are over now. And the weird thing is that these companies are spending millions of dollars on these golf tournaments, and the tune-in has to be really low, and they have to be giving them money back. And I don't know if I'm wrong or not. It might be Greensboro, but there are a couple of them where the sponsors have dropped out and don't want to, sponsor them anymore because it's meaningless. And maybe guys that drive, who drives Cadillacs anymore? The Escalade is driven by drug dealers, Bruce Springsteen and pimps.
Cadillac, yeah.
And pimps. He has a pink Cadillac. That's different, But the Escalade and the only person I know that's in a white Escalade is the Pope, because his hat fits out of the top of the thing. So here's our question: Tiger Woods is about to putt, and a guy comes under the ropes, yells his name, and hums a hot dog and a bun. I believe the hot dog kind of went off errantly, and then the bun landed on the green. And they get him off. Tiger steps away. Don't know if he hit the putt or not. Bernie of Texas, the security guy. I'm going to get his name here. Let me see what the security guy.
Hello.
Hold on a minute. Okay. Oh, by the way, the guy that Tiger Woods was playing with, Arjun Atwal, Garrett.
Who?
I swear to God, they put him with some total unknown fucking guy who's number 500 in the world. Arjun Atwal. Wow. Unbelievable. What did the security guy at the tournament say? He's glad Dan Diggins, head of security for Fry's Electronics tournament. Go ahead, Bernie. What did he say? He wish it wasn't.
Did he say, thank God it wasn't a dildo?
Thank God it wasn't a dildo. Garrett, is that correct or not? You could use the guy getting hit in the head.
Oh, I got this.
No, that's it. Of course it wasn't a dildo. I wasn't going to say that.
Idiots.
But, Jeff of Indiana, a hot dog is thrown at Tiger Woods, formerly a premier golfer. The head of security is questioned. Said the guy was an idiot, but it could have been a dangerous situation. It could have been really, really bad. I'm glad it wasn't a what?
Would that be a paternity suit, Jay?
They could have thrown a paternity suit. No, that's not. Let's go to Brandon. It's the Jay Thomas Show, the security guard, and he meant it when he said it, but he meant it for don't you think he meant it for a non-security reason at some point, Garrett? Because there's a tournament going on, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Brandon.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. He's glad it wasn't what?
A fleshlight.
A fleshlight. Well, that's kind of a dildo for me. Get rid of it. Joe of Connecticut. Thank God it wasn't. It was just a hot dog. Thank God it wasn't what?
It wasn't butter.
It wasn't butter. You made.
Oh.
You made me say, thank God it wasn't butter. Get rid of it for tricking me. For tricking me. I hate that when I'm being tricked. Dan of Minneapolis. Are you in Minneapolis or just in the state of Minnesota? Where are you, Dan?
No, just in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, what town are you in?
Fulda, Minnesota.
What?
Fulda. Fulda.
Fulda. What must you or your relatives have done to be sentenced to Fulda, Minnesota?
Oh, my dad was a farmer, and that's the way it goes.
Are you a farmer now, too?
No, I am not.
What happened to the farm?
Well, my brother got the farm, and I did not.
A little too much fun. You had the most fun of anybody in your family, didn't you, Dan?
You got that right, and I still do.
Garrett, when they don't give you the farm, it means you're not stay up and go to bed and get up at 3 a.m. and run the combine thing deal, okay, and milk the cows and all. Is your brother still pulling on teats and running the combine and everything? Is he doing it?
I pull on teats, and he just farms.
Dan, this hot dog was thrown at Tiger Woods, and the security guard, his name is Dan Diggins. He said, "Thank God it wasn't what."
Thank God it wasn't meatspin.com.
Get rid of him. What was Meatspin? Where did we have that Meatspin?
Remember, it was the man-on-man sex with the top man's penis whirling around.
Oh, God.
Like a beanie on top
of that's right.
Yeah.
That horrible thing. Every time the guy would shove in him, it would go around.
Yeah.
Mike of Chicago, thank God it wasn't what?
Swedish meatball.
A what?
Swedish meatball.
That's not bad.
That's not bad. George of Los Angeles, I tell you what, I'm going to decide now I'm going to say warm or cold after you say it. Okay, Garrett? That's what I'm going to start doing. Okay. George, what do you think? Thank God it was a hot dog. Thank God it wasn't a what?
A whale's cock.
A whale's cock. I'm going to say cold. I'm going to say cold.
It's
yeah.
Really cold.
Make you feel jealous.
Very cold. Thank you. They're really not getting it. They're not getting it. Let's go to Dustin of Toronto. Now, let me say it again. The head of security for the tournament sponsor, Dan Diggins, said if this thing were thrown, that could have been really bad. Okay? So what do you think it was, Dustin of Toronto? What would have been worse than the hot dog?
Flaccid.
The hot dog would have been flaccid.
Thank God it was flaccid.
Yeah, it was too wiggly, Garrett. No, that's not correct. Garrett, can you run that thing with the guy getting hit in the head one more time? I just have to hear it.
All right, I have to
please, I have to hear it. I've got to hear it. It's like I'm a drug addict right now, and I have to have it. Oh my God. Now, when this guy comes on, you got to play it like in the background, okay? And I'm going to say, did it sound anything like this, sir? You know, it's really too bad. If I had ever been given a television interview show, I would have people on like this, and I would do that in the show, but you get in trouble for that. They write articles, and they go, how dare he, make fun and all that. And then people lose their jobs. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird. You got a guy on that hit his head and wrote a book that he doesn't remember anybody. Okay? And everybody makes comments about it. No one just lets that sit there and go, oh, okay? And some large percentage of people don't believe it. I know you don't. Mm-hmm. Now, am I talking to the listener or to you, Garrett?
Oh.
Can you tell?
I'm going to say me.
That's right. Brett, but these announcers that go, I know you don't believe that. And they're talking like to, and you're in the car going, huh? What? You're looking around me? Yes, Brett, of Ohio. It was a hot dog thrown at Tiger Woods. The bun actually is what hit the The bun hit the thing. By the way, did he make the putt after the hot dog was thrown at him?
I don't know.
Isn't that weird? That's not even reported, by the way. I don't know if it was for birdie or for par or what it was. It was more exciting that a hot dog was thrown at him than what he putted. Now, that is the state of professional golf. Brett, what do you think the security head of security said? Thank God it wasn't what?
I think he said a bomb.
Thank God it wasn't a bomb.
Yeah.
Garrett?
Are we giving up on the hot and cold?
That's hot. That's cold. That's colder than the whale cock. Let's go to Tony of Staten Island. Yes, Tony, go ahead.
I'm going to say watermelon or sticky rice.
Spicy rice, you big idiot. Sticky rice. No, that's wrong. It's cold. That's horrible. That's awful.
I was laughing at something else.
You were?
Yeah. Not that racist joke.
Let's go to James of Jersey. James, the security guard, Tiger Woods, he goes under the rope, hums something at him, hot dog, bun hits the thing. Now, what did he say? I'm going to read it again. Thank God it wasn't and that could have been really, what did he say?
Thank God it wasn't a chili dog.
Believe it or not, that's correct. Thank God. So now, James.
The putt.
He missed the putt.
Yeah.
Wow, was it for par or birdie?
I don't know. I wasn't that interested. It's just on the tail end of the story. They didn't even mention it, I don't think, in the story.
Isn't that unbelievable? That's hard to believe, isn't it? That here he is trying to make his big comeback. Thank God the guy threw the hot dog, or we wouldn't even be talking about the tournament, right?
Exactly.
Now, Christina, do you want Christina to make a phone message for you?
Oh, that'd be grand.
And what does your message say now?
Actually, my message is just generic right now.
It's generic. Well,
he's going to have to give her his passcode and everything.
Yes, I know.
All that crap. Listen.
Yes. Oh, do you really think Christina's going to start breaking into James of New Jersey's phone, Garrett?
I'm sure it's his PIN number and everything else.
Who cares?
What do you think? I'm after James's money?
When you give Christina or me information, we would use it one time. Why would we just use it one time? Because someone like James of New Jersey is below us and will always be below us. So there's nothing. Don't you realize you're below us, James?
Well, no, I wasn't exactly thinking along those lines.
Well, you should be. You're below us. Garrett, there would be no reason in my uppity life that I would ever go like this. You know, I got this guy, James of New Jersey's PIN number. I think I'm going to call up the number and find out who's been talking to him, you know?
Who's that guy been talking to?
Yeah. So, James, here's what I want to do. We're going to put you on hold. Tell Christina, give her all the particulars and what you want to do. But I need to hear that we'll have to call your number and you won't pick up because I need to hear it after she makes it, okay?
This sounds very complicated, Jay. Maybe just an 8x10 glossy.
No, you're getting the damn telephone thing. Now, here's my question. This is for the 8x10. This is for the bonus. Are you ready?
All right. Yeah.
Why would the guy have thought a chili dog was so bad?
Well, I imagine it would have messed up the green, no?
That's exactly right. That's all he cared about. Because they would have had to clean the chili dog. Golfers, even these amateurs that I play with, I mean, there's something so wrong with the rules of golf and the anality of it. It is just made of these obsessive compulsives. So here is a game where if you're standing over your putt and the wind blows your ball and it moves, it's a 2-stroke penalty or something ridiculous. If the wind blows your putt, you don't even touch it, okay? If you remove a leaf and the ball moves a millimeter, that's another penalty. All of these ridiculous things, okay?
And you have to call them on yourself.
Oh, exactly right. And you have to be honest. Okay. So let's say it was a chili dog and they do their best and they clean it up. So here comes one of these other idiot golfers. Give me a golfer's name, James. Just any golfer.
Is Vijay Singh still playing? He probably
Vijay Singh, a complete and utter obsessive compulsive Fijian idiot. Okay, he's coming in. He's down. He's behind the leader by 10. His ball hits a little piece of onion that's left over from the chili dog. Right? Takes a weird bounce, or he putts the ball. And a little piece, what would they have, Garrett? A little bean? Piece of bean? Maybe? A little jalapeno. His putt hits a little piece of leftover jalapeno. Well, he complains. That's all there was. Not that Tiger Woods was going to be killed. Not that a bomb. By the way, all the bomb. You know what they were worried about the bomb? The hole in the green. That's what it worried them. Seeing Tiger Woods be blown into a tree with his playing partner. Let me get his playing partner's name again, please. He was playing with Arjun Atwal.
Okay. Joe Nobody.
Yeah. By the way, in Pakistani, that's what it means. Arjun Atwal means Joe Nobody. Seeing both of them blown into a tree, God forbid the next foursome's coming up to the green. All right, well, look, enjoy the...
You might want to look at the guy who actually threw the hot dog. He might work for... I don't know who was broadcasting the tournament, but that's probably who the guy works for. Because you're right about nobody talking about golf,
to get the little publicity, maybe.
Yeah. Let's throw a hot
Well, they did not arrest the guy.
Yeah, see? Sure.
Well, the only thing I would have thought is if it was the Oscar Mayer tournament, I might believe you. What he should have done is thrown a piece of Fry's electronic equipment at him, Garrett. Just something.
Yeah, that would have made more sense.
How about do what my wife did today? Somehow get her telephone in the washing machine. Think about that one.
So
now, many men are listening. What's that?
The iPhone?
She got it all.
The $500 one?
It's in there, of course. Nice. Yeah. No, let me tell you what really has happened. The other day, she was telling me about her phone and that it didn't have enough equipment on it or something, right? So let me tell you what really fucking happened, okay? I said to her, you know what? I don't think we need a phone every... What are you doing, James?
Taking a drink of water. Is that all right?
Well, stop it. No. Not when you make that kind of noise. How about if I'm talking to you and... Yeah, you're sitting and I'm all of a sudden, shaking a can full of...
That sounds great.
Well, shut up. I think, Garrett, subconsciously, she wanted a phone. I said, we don't need another $500 telephone around here.
Yeah.
And I think that she just let it go in the washing machine.
Daisy.
Yep. You betcha. Now, when I get home tonight, I'm going to have to find out whether I think I'm going to have sex or not. And if I see that I'm not going to have sex, I'm going to bring that up.
Nice.
But if I think I might have sex, I'm not going to say a word.
Until after.
Good plan.
No, I'll wait a few days.
Oh, okay.
It's funny. When you're dating and you sleep with someone and you have to wait 2 days or you don't know when to call, when you're married after you have sex, you don't say anything negative for 72 hours. Okay? Wow. 72 hours. All right. Congratulations, James of Jersey. Stay where you are. He was struck in the head. Do you have the sound effect again? Struck in the head. Yeah. And when he woke up, he had no idea who anybody was. And, of course, but he wrote a book about it. Stay where you are.
Jay Thomas. The Jay Thomas Show. It's the afternoon show on Stars 2, Sirius XM 104, and on the Sirius XM app for smartphones.
We talked about Ralph Waldo Emerson and the poem that Christina read, Loss and Gain. Virtue runs before the muse and defies her skills. She is rapt and doth refuse to wait a painter's will. Star adoring, occupied, virtue cannot bend her, just to please a poet's pride, to parade her splendor. The bard must be with good intent, no more his but hers. Throw away his pen and paint, kneel with worshippers, then perchance a sunny ray from the heaven of fire. His lost tools may overpay and better his desire. This is a poem about regret for something that has happened or something that was done. Or it could be a poem about men chasing beautiful women. You know, the virtue runs before the muse and defies her skill. And yet he's trying, if she loses her virtue, then she may sleep with him or be with him, but she won't give up her values for men, the men that are chasing her. And it could just be Ralph Waldo Emerson watching ducks chase after other female ducks or men after women. And that's Poets Corner for today. Thank you. Poets Corner.
It's my life. It's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever.
Wow.
I just wanna live a life.
All right, coming up in a few minutes, Scott Bolzan. You might have seen him in some of these, the Today Show and stuff like that. 46 years old. Suffered permanent amnesia. Lost all memory of his past. His wife, his children, his likes, his dislikes. Even how to navigate the pace and gadgetry. I mean, when he woke up, Garrett, he didn't know anything.
Like, did he not know how to brush his teeth?
Nothing.
Tie his shoes?
Nothing.
Come on.
He didn't know that the attractive blonde woman at his side was his wife of more than 20 years. Or even what a wife was.
Must have forgot how to...
Not all of it.
Attractiveness.
All of it. All of it. He could not remember the births of his 2 teenage children. His time playing professional football in the NFL.
What about being potty trained? Like, do you forget that you have to sit on
That's
a toilet?
What I'm saying.
Christina, write that down, please. Write that down.
The thing is, I can't remember any of my life either.
I don't know.
Me neither, but that's because we just smoke a lot of pot.
No, all the time people come up and are like, remember this guy from high school? I'm like, no.
No, but wait a minute, though. What about but you remember your girlfriend.
Who?
Yeah, there you go. The challenges were overwhelming. Scott's debilitating headaches, his relearning of social etiquette, taking cues from The Sopranos. What does that mean?
Did one of someone have Tony's mom or something, or one of the?
Well, she had Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
strokes. That's different than what he has. His wife's grief over the loss of the man she married in their shared history, the financial burden of his lost income, his medical bills, the agony of their 20-year-old son's struggles with drug addiction. See, I wonder if your brain doesn't go, hey, I want out of here. He played in the NFL, was a pilot. Who did he play for? Does it say?
Cleveland Browns, mostly. He was drafted by the Patriots, got cut, and went to the USFL, and then the Browns signed him a year later or something.
Wow. I don't think I wouldn't get in the plane with him now, would you? Hey, Scott, we're losing altitude. What? I say we're losing altitude. What's that? You know, up and down kind of stuff. When do they come on? Now or in 30 minutes or when?
They're supposed to be calling now.
They're going to call
but he's
us
on a little radio tour, so we might.
That's an amazing story. Unbelievable. Amazing. You don't think so?
I don't know. I guess it's amazing that he forgot everything, but.
No, wait a second. No, wait one second. You don't think it's amazing that this guy hit his head and doesn't remember anything?
I guess it's.
I
don't believe it.
Him.
Yeah, or it's like slowly coming back to him or something. I could see forgetting stuff momentarily, but you know, his wife has all the I'm sure his wife has pet peeves that annoy him. The first time she did it, was he like, oh, that's weird? Or was he like, oh, yeah, I fucking remember that?
Don't you remember the movie Overboard? When she falls into the ocean?
That's right.
Yeah.
Goldie Hawn, yeah.
So she eventually comes to
I hope the book is better than that piece of crap.
It's little things that'll jog your memory, and then, it'll just all come back to you eventually.
That's what I'm saying. But apparently he couldn't even, learn how to walk. He didn't even know how to walk.
Nothing.
He was definitely pissing his pants. There is no doubt in my mind.
So your whole question is, did he have to relearn to be potty trained?
Yes.
Let me write that down.
And then also, like when you look down and see your genitals, you're like, "Ooh, what's that? I've never seen that before." And then like you have to relearn everything, and then you're like in puberty all over again.
Do you think that they put him in a big giant high chair and he took mashed peas and put them in his hair? And do you think he ever threw cereal at his wife? Yeah, and the wife was going, "Okay, here comes the airplane," and the airplane goes into the tunnel, all like that. Yeah.
And also, do you think, like, he's driving home after being woken up, how do you know to stop when the light is red?
That's right.
Like, did nobody forgot that, too?
Here's the worst part. Do you wake up and you don't remember things and you're colorblind? That would be even worse.
What if you wake up and you can speak a totally different language, but you don't know English? That would be amazing.
Please. You're the one that believes the Kardashians is real. All right. Let's go to Bill of Kentucky. Yes, Bill, it's Jay Thomas. We're hoping to welcome to our show in a few minutes Scott Bolzan. Suppose Scott was a big fan of mine and has forgotten about it. I'm going to ask him, do you remember Cheers and Eddie LeBeck? I'm going to say that to him, right? Yes, Bill, go ahead.
I got a little point for you, but first of all, this guy you got coming on, I believe he can lose his memory. I had a stroke back in 2004, and my wife and my sister tell me that I done forgot a whole lot of shit, because they're constantly telling me things and I don't remember about it.
Well, don't you, now, have you forgotten anything you wanted to remember?
No, I still remember my wife.
You did?
Yeah.
You don't sound too happy about that.
It's okay.
Can you imagine you've got this really fine wife. This guy wakes up. He's forgotten everything. But this woman he's known for 20 years, you know, your relationship is certainly not as hot as it was. All of a sudden, your natural instincts, whether your memory's gone or not, your penis gets hard, you're getting hot for this woman, and you're all over her all of a sudden. You know?
Yeah, but you're only hot for her because you lived a whole life and you realize I can't get the 18-year-old anymore because I'm old. But if you forgot everything, he should be wanting to...
Garrett, you are overthinking this thing. When you wake up, you don't know who anybody is, and there's a woman next to you rubbing you, and she's a nice-looking woman, and so you go for her.
How do you know what a nice-looking woman is?
Well, I'm sure...
How do you know she's not the ugliest person on the planet, and everyone
He didn't forget... the things that were inherent in a human being. There is a sexual drive. He got hungry. He had to blow his nose. I mean, come on. He had to go to the bathroom. Who knows if he knew to go to the toilet? He might have gone in the yard for the first few times. I'm sorry. Jay of Florida. I hope he calls. I hope he hasn't been listening to the show, because then that causes them not to call.
I just talked to somebody. They said they're going to have him for us soon.
Okay, good. You know what I love about this show? I just talked to somebody. Did you hear a bus going by when they were calling you? Yes, go ahead, Jay of Florida. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jay, how's it going?
We're good.
I just want to say I love the show, man. Y'all are doing a great job.
Well, thank you. We actually think about this show before we come on and do it.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Show is highly planned. Yeah. My pleasure. You just called to say thank you.
Exactly. I
My
do.
God.
I love the show, man. Breath of fresh air.
Breath of God.
Sorry. May sound stupid, but whatever, dude.
Thank you, man. I wish I was either Covino or Rich right now. I'd know what to do, Garrett. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay of Florida. That's such an inside horrible joke. I shouldn't have said it. By the way, today is Columbus Day, and people have been saying, why aren't you mentioning it? He was the most evil son of a bitch ever. He was eventually taken back in chains, put in jail. Now, here's the weird thing. Columbus was an Italian. Hello. He went to Spain, and they gave him money. He borrowed money, and he borrowed boats to find a country that he missed by 500 miles, okay? He landed on a beach that he thought was India. He sees these, Aztecs or whatever coming out of the forest, and he screws it up completely, and he thinks he's landed in the new world of the United States, And he thinks these people that he's seeing, no, he thinks he's landed in India. That's what he thinks he's landed in. And he did it all on borrowed money. Is that not perfect for the United States we know today? Given the faintest idea where you're going, and when you land, you don't even think you're there, and you've done it all on credit, okay? There's no gold, so he beats the cold living crap out of these people, tortures them, gives them all syphilis and tuberculosis, and then is eventually, imagine how horrible he had to be if priests were torturing people back there to get them to believe in Jesus Christ. Columbus was one of the most evil individuals ever. All right. Let's go to Scott and Joan. That's why we don't celebrate Columbus Day. And I'm an Italian. It's embarrassing.
Do you think it is embarrassing. I agree with you.
It is.
Do you think we'll ever get rid of it?
No.
Scott sweep my street today because
Scott Bolzen and Joan, welcome to the show. My Life Deleted, the true story of a 46-year-old man who hit your head. Is that correct, Scott?
That is correct. I slipped and fell and hit the back of my head pretty good.
Now, you played NFL football for Cleveland, correct, in USFL, okay?
I did.
Could you be having one of those episodes that they talk so much about?
Well, doctors are kind of split on that. Some do believe that I probably had, concussions before, and this could have been the final one. And others, say that it's probably just the traumatic event that I had that caused the outcome.
Joan, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jay. How you doing?
Good. My life deleted. I'm sorry. That was a Freudian slip. So, Joan.
I don't know if I believe that.
I know. I don't either. Here you are. This handsome, football player guy. You're this gorgeous woman. But now 20 years has passed, and he wakes up, and now you're not the wife of 20 years. You're just this attractive woman next to him. He forgot everything, supposedly. Did his body remember his sex drive? That's the question everybody has on their mind.
You're just going to go right there, huh?
Well, no. That's the first thing everybody says. So you wake up.
I know. Well, you know
it wasn't like he woke up and there was a big, fat woman next to him.
Here's the deal. He had some stored memory that's called procedural memory, things that happen in a procedure. For some odd reason, things that stuck were odd things. I handed him a toothbrush in the hospital. He knew what to do with it. He knew some of the rules of football, but didn't know one player, one team, nothing in the NFL. But rules, like all of a sudden he'd say offsides, and I'm like, how do you know that? Is your memory coming back? And he's like, I don't know how I know it. So I kind of trusted that a little procedural memory in that department would kind of kick in, but no, he was my 46-year-old virgin.
So now, Scott, when you wake up, there are people around you. You know how to brush your teeth. Did you know how to go to the bathroom? Had you forgotten that?
No, I mean that just kind of just happened.
But I mean, you didn't go in the bed. You got up and walked to the toilet.
No, they pretty much just put my feet over the bed, and my wife kind of helped me in that department.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, some of these things were just came to me, and I don't know if I remember them or they just, procedural memory. It's just stored someplace different in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know, what a hospital was, what a doctor, a nurse, a wife, a child. I didn't know what any of these meant and how you interact with any of them.
So when they would cry, and I'm sure, Joan, there was crying. I'm sure he doesn't know you. The kids come in, doesn't know the kids. When you would cry, would he respond? Did he get tears?
No. He would. He'd kind of just not really know what to do until, I think he learned a lot from parroting what he saw and what he absorbed, and what he was absorbing was at light speed compared to what a normal person learns new material. Because I think the memory is encoded there; it just wasn't readily accessible. So when he would relearn something, he would kind of parrot it back. And so as he saw episodes on television or commercials or anything where someone was crying and they were consoled, he kind of then learned to do that. But the crying for him didn't come until later when he was first alone and then more, just frustration and anger.
So now, Scott, when you look at Joan, did she just look like a nurse or a person that was sitting in your room with you that you didn't know anything about?
No, she came a couple hours after I was admitted into the emergency room, and nobody was really paying attention to me other than, just asking me questions, and, a nurse would come over and give me medicine, and then my name in the hospital was Peanut Butter because I did not know my real name.
They called you Peanut Butter?
That was my name instead of, I guess, John Doe. They used the name Peanut Butter, and then...
Were you holding a jar of peanut butter when you fell?
No. It was something slippery. I don't think I fell out peanut butter, but yeah, I think it's just a name. And Joan's a nurse. She probably has a better explanation of why. But when the nurses said, and I didn't see Joan yet, I heard her say, "Oh, you must be Jelly, Peanut Butter's wife." And so the word association started very early. I know they called me Peanut Butter, and I heard wife, several times. And then she walked around the corner. She looked completely different. She was dressed to go to a Christmas party. She smelled very good. She came over and gave me a big hug and a kiss, and no one else did that. So instantly I was, forced to trust this woman who treated me completely different than everybody else.
Wow. Joan, now, has his memory come back about anything like that aggravated him before, Joan? Like something that he didn't like before? Did he go, hey, stop doing that? Or something?
Annoyances stuck, hates traffic, doesn't like congestion, huge crowds, stuff like that. So but
that could be from being hit in the head. That could be from being hit in the head, right?
Or just being a man.
Yeah. So is it in this book, My Life Deleted, by the way, which is out there, and you can get it if there's a bookstore even open anywhere, or Amazon or whatever. The weird thing is how many other people, Scott, have ever had this condition of almost total amnesia?
Well, it is pretty rare, but since the book came out and all the national television coverage and stuff we've been on, that we've gotten contacted over the past week by probably at least 20 people that have had it, anywhere from a day to, 50 plus years. And so it's not as uncommon. It's very rare, but I am not the only person walking the planet with this. And, we're just trying to put a voice to this and to explain, traumatic brain injuries and what it's like, what you go through trying to rebuild an entire life.
It's like these guys that were in front of Congress after the financial collapse. They couldn't remember anything about, how the money got, lost and everything else. That's called congressional hearing amnesia. I don't know if you know that one or not. Now, Joan, what about money and stuff? Scott had a business and he was working, and he didn't remember how to work. I mean, what happened there?
Right. Well, I had left nursing about 2.5 years prior to his accident, and was working for Scott. So in that day, we owned our own company, so we both lost our positions. I tried to run it and try to keep it going because we were under the prognosis early that it was going to just come back. So I thought I'll just field some calls and do some stuff, and his memory's going to come back. And as time went on, I realized that it was, he owned a private jet aviation company, and, many, many years in the business was just overwhelming for me to think I could move from marketing to jumping and hiring pilots and putting people safely in the air. So it just kind of sat idle, and we just started liquidating assets, and luckily enough, we, had accrued them to sustain some livelihood. So I could
now yesterday in the New York Post, they wrote an article, and they say doctors think that you're faking it, Scott. And some people have called me and said the same thing. I don't know why you would fake it, but what did the New York Post base that on?
Well, I don't know, and I don't know much about news publications, but again, none of these doctors have ever seen me. We saw the chief neurosurgeon at UCLA, which the Doctor Show, which is airing today, had set us up with. The Dr. Phil Show, we were on that. They did extensive medical testing. And it shows, the CAT or the SPECT scans show that there's just no blood flow going to those areas, that part of the brain that stores the long-term memories. And, we can't control what newspapers say.
Historically, there are people that they call them malingerers, or they're faking, and just like people who put in a lawsuit claim for back pain and then they go and videotape them at Home Depot loading bags of sand into their car. Unfortunately, we do live in a skeptical society, and people are going to jump to those conclusions because it's unknown. But there's a show called Medical Mysteries that airs every week with, several different synopsises of people with strange but true things that happen. And just because it doesn't fit in all the boxes that they check doesn't mean it isn't happening.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's the other question: what would you gain? What would you gain by pretending? Does that allow you off the hook for financial things?
Actually, in some things he couldn't defend himself because he had no idea, and I had no idea how to move forward. And like I said, we've lost everything. So what is it that they gain? Well, they think, notoriety, really? Is this something, we're just trying to put the word out there to get information, and it came to us. We did not seek it out. Okay. And really, when people said, we should put the word out there, maybe a doctor will come to you and help you with it, that's kind of the line that we went on. And then it was, being able to help other people that don't have a voice. And luckily, Scott being in the NFL gave him some notoriety to open some doors, and maybe those people that don't have that voice will now have it with traumatic brain injuries, and that's what we have to gain.
Well, let me say, and I don't know a thing about it, but let me say another idea. Is there anything like to be honest, all kind of stuff has happened in my life, and I know you'll have to read the book, and you'll see that in your lives you've had loss of children, you've had drug abuse among your kids, and all that stuff. Is there anything that anybody says that maybe you sometimes, and I'm not saying it's conscious, but in your subconscious, you decide to forget some things that are very painful? Has anyone said that to you?
Are you asking me if...
I'm asking if anyone said that mixed with, it's almost physiological, mixed with the physical trauma, there is also some psychological stuff that you've chosen to forget, and not that you did it on purpose or that you did it consciously. Trust me, there are things in my past I wish I could forget, and if I got hit in the head, I might wake up and say I don't remember a thing, especially my visa bill. Thank you, my visa bill. But has anyone said that to you, what I just said?
Well, I've gone through several neuropsychological exams, and before with all the medical testing, and they wanted to rule out dissociative disorder, which is exactly what you're talking about. With the loss of our daughter, which was 23 or 24 years ago, that I'm not trying to forget, that whole incident and everything after. But with the neuropsychological testing, they've ruled that I do not have dissociative disorder, that I do not have psychological problems or dementia or Alzheimer's. So through those testings, they've ruled that out. Now we've been seeing doctors since day one, and we're still, almost 3 years into this. And we're still seeing doctors, and we continually do testing, and
and we're trying to
the doctors show the latest and the greatest, most expensive test.
Okay, well, the book is My Life Deleted, and Scott struck his head and didn't remember anything. But Scott, I'm going to tell you this, and you may remember this or not. All men make mistakes. But married men find out about them sooner, Scott.
Oh, is that right?
All right, remember that.
Okay.
Remember that. All right. That may be something. That may be something you've forgotten. Okay. Joan, I just thought I had to warn him as a man who has not ever been allowed. Joan and Scott, the book is My Life Deleted. Thanks very much. Good luck. I believe you. Anyone that played in the NFL, I believe. Okay?
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Okay. Good luck. Thank you. Wow. So, Kristina, to answer your question, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Are you kidding?
What a bunch of carnies.
Oh, my God. You're kidding. Why would you say that?
So obvious. Oh, he knew this, but forgot that. And he knew
what would he gain by that?
He knew the defensive pass interference rule in football, but didn't know my name.
What? Well, what would he gain by that?
A book deal.
He was on satellite radio.
His NFL retirement's drying up. He's like, I got to write a book.
You think his airline business was drying up?
I guess not.
I don't know. It might have been. I don't know what the motivation would be. I have no idea.
Just sounds fishy.
So he hits his head, and when he wakes up, I'm having troubles financially or whatever, and so I'm going to pretend that I don't remember anything, and eventually I'll get a book deal. I just don't know about that. But, well, first of all, he sounded fine. You know what I mean?
Like, did anyone, who found him when he hit his head? Is there video of this? Where's that story? He just ended up in the hospital?
I don't know. Wow. I have no idea. His wife is a nurse. He fell at the house, I believe. Hit the back of his head.
I don't know.
Her husband and best friend lost his entire 46 years of memory with retrograde biological and historical amnesia after a head injury in December of 2008. That was it.
Here's what the doctors from the Post are saying.
Yeah.
It's questionable that an injury to one part of the brain could affect all the different memory circuits spread throughout the organ, while his cognitive function remained unharmed. He didn't have any residual cognitive problems. He relearned how to drive, play golf, and even received a gun license in 2010.
This is the last guy I'd give a gun to, okay?
Mr. Clumsy?
Yeah, many of you may think it's okay to just give everybody a gun. This is not a guy I'd want to give a gun to. Yeah, okay, I get it. I get what they're saying. That he sounds so normal that how come he didn't remember any of that stuff? I mean, didn't forget any of that stuff.
You tried to coax it out of him a little.
No, I did.
Yeah. I'll give you credit.
I should have asked to see if I didn't remember any games from that era, but he had to relearn social etiquette. I guess he just stood there kind of quietly, and his wife would go, "Well, say hello, Scott." Well, that happens anyway, right?
Yeah, like you tell me, like he meets someone the first time and they put their hand out, and he's like, "What am I supposed to do with that?" No, he shook
it'd be funny if he did like the Marx Brothers. He puts his leg up and puts it in his just hands the guy hands him his leg. That's all. There it is. It's my leg. Jay, you have not mentioned that tonight is the Detroit Lions' first Monday Night Football in 10 years. Well, there's a reason for that. Right now, the line is Detroit over the Bears by, I think, 12. If that continues to be the line, I would take all of the Bears humanly possible. Yeah. If I had $1 million to spend tonight and that line stays above 10, I would take all of it.
Especially because it's the Bears' defense. They're pretty...
I think that I would love to see the Lions continue on and not lose a game until they play the Saints. But, you're undefeated. These crazy Bears are coming into town, even though, they got to get rid of that coach and figure out how to play offense. No, that's, I don't think it's going to be a blowout, by the Detroit Lions tonight. Jay, along with some of my best friends, my husband and I, we went to New Orleans. And you recommended a hotel called the Cornstalk Hotel, which is on Bourbon Street. We took your advice, and we spent the week at the Cornstalk Fence Hotel. The hotel gets very high ratings for historic appeal, location, and cleanliness. However, what we enjoyed the most were the cast of characters that stayed there. There was Anita, the single woman traveling alone, searching for Elvis. Supposedly, he stayed at the Cornstalk when he was filming King Creole. Then there was Bob and Bertha, a retired couple from the Carolinas. Bob drank and on occasion would thump his chest to regulate his pacemaker. Bertha couldn't stop talking about their trip to the Tabasco factory and close-up toothpaste. Two couples were traveling together. One of the ladies was definitely the trophy wife of a 300-pound man. However, none of the guests were as batshit crazy as the manager. The manager greeted us the first day with his glasses taped to his forehead.
Oh, my God.
I almost fainted just now. The air almost came out of me. For the days that followed, he found creative ways to hide from the guests. It was the most fun vacation we've ever taken. We did the tourist thing, we dined in cafes, and then at night, we would come back and laugh for hours at the Cornstalk. We are headed to Laguna Beach. Do you have any recommendations? None like that. No, I don't. That's unbelievable. That's funny stuff. Yeah, and then the Columns Hotel is another crazy one where you check into this beautiful hotel, and then about 7 o'clock, every drunken college kid for 100 miles around is in the building. Okay? Jojo of Philadelphia, what have you done to people's food? What have you...
Well, I haven't done it, but a family member of mine was telling us stories about when they were younger, and when McDonald's opened up years ago, they used to get those pickles in those giant wooden barrels, and they actually have to slice them. So the one guy, when he got fired on his way out, he just fucking pissed in the pickle barrel, which is like months worth of pickles.
You pissed in the pickle barrel?
I didn't. This
yes,
is back
you did.
When they used to slice.
Ah, bullshit. My friend did this, and I didn't. Get out.
You think McDonald's still gets pickles in a barrel?
I don't know. They never got pickles in a barrel. When was that? In the 1800s? Liar. Let's go to Jake of New Mexico. Jake, have you been to the Sunflower Restaurant lately?
No, I haven't.
You know about it?
Yeah, I heard about it when it first happened.
Yeah, what kind of food do they serve there normally?
I have no idea. I think it's like
it's a grocery store, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of those hippie health food stores or something.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering if either you or Garrett are going to be going to Christina's parents' pizza place to get a little taste of Christina. You know what I mean?
It's delicious.
A little taste of Christina's ass fudge.
I don't work there, but you'd probably get a little taste.
What did
of
the guy
Pepe's
say to
ass
Dan
fudge.
Patrick? Howard's ass cheese.
Ew, dick cheese. I still remember that from earlier.
I'd like a little dick cheese pizza. Dick cheese pizza, please.
See, you rubbed your dick cheese all over like a cheese steak.
All right, stop it. Jay, the other day you talked about Roseanne. This comes from Matthew. Max Kaiser from Russia Today interviewed her. There's a show called Russia Today. We don't have that on our channels, do we, Garrett? Russia Today?
Who knows?
Huh?
Who knows?
Dear Jay, this comes from just initials, SOP. I wanted to thank you for the incredibly boring interview you did with the woman who woke up from dental surgery with an accent. What I don't get is, when you have an interesting guest, you can't wait to end the interview. It's too bad the procedure didn't affect the part of the brain that would have made her more interesting. I like that one. You didn't like that one, Garrett? That woman? I assume you sent that email.
Yes. SOP. That's me.
I thought that was a good one.
That's another faker.
Really? You think they're all fakes?
I don't think it's fake. I think it's more of she had a stroke mouth and is making light of it, kind of.
Well, but she does sound like she's from another country. That's all. The bass player of Weezer said 2 weeks ago he was going to die of a heart attack. They found him dead Saturday afternoon.
How?
Unresponsive on the floor after failing to check out of his room at the Raffaello Hotel in Chicago. Wow. God, now he does look just like Buddy Holly. Yes, he wheezed for the last time. Now, he's the bass player. Can I say something? Won't be missed. Okay, stay where you are.
The Jay Thomas Show.
You have to humiliate for what?
It's fun.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
Afternoons.
Stars 2. Sirius XM 104.
A little music by Richard Cheese to go along with our disgusting commentary. By the way, we do not know of any restaurants that anybody has ever really done anything to, but we're hearing a lot of rumors. We just heard a few moments ago that somebody used to urinate in the mustard at a deli that they worked in. My question is, why? Why would you...
Revenge.
For what?
Because sometimes customers are fucking assholes.
But you wouldn't pee in the mustard. Now the next guy uses the same mustard.
I would.
Oh, my God.
If you're going to be that terrible, then I'm going to try to fuck up your life.
Yeah, but peeing in the mustard hurts everyone.
Ruins it forever. That's exactly right.
What if your mom came in next?
I had a bad day. Well, then I would say, Mom, don't eat the mustard.
Jim of Nebraska.
I'm reading that Labellas again.
The Jay Thomas Show. Jim of Nebraska. Hello.
Yeah, hey, Jay. I'm an over-the-road truck driver, and I made it through that place in New Mexico, the Sunflower, and...
It's not a restaurant. It's a store, and you didn't go there, liar.
Oh, no, it's the head cook there. His name's Steve, and he serves a specialty called Steve's Sweet and Spicy Schmegma Sauce.
Get him out of here. That's not true. Get rid of him. Stop him. Play that sound of the guy getting hit in the head again, please. I need to hear it again. I love that you just played it in the background. I get embarrassed and I like it at the same time. You played it twice.
I didn't know when to start playing it because it was kind of serious in the beginning, but then once I started not believing him at all, I figured I could start throwing it in. Abdul Fattah Jandali. Oh, boy.
Abdul Fattah Jandali would email Steve Jobs, happy birthday, hope your health is improving. And it was unclear if Mr. Jobs ever wrote back to him. He said that about 6 weeks before he died, Mr. Jandali did get a message back that simply said, thank you. Mr. Jandali carries an iPhone, and he would, send messages when he could to Steve Jobs. He's the manager of a casino in Reno, Nevada. Okay? So Mr. Jandali... people are wondering if he got those messages or whatever. Do you know why he sent messages for years to Steve Jobs? Want to go around the horn there, Garrett?
Oh, okay.
We'll find out.
Now, hold on. He sent it only once a year?
Abdul Fattah would shoot off an email every now and again. Simple notes. Happy birthday. I hope your health is improving.
Okay.
Only twice did Steve Jobs send back to him. Why would Mr. Jandali send these messages? Can't guess, huh? Christina?
You say maybe it was his father?
His biological dad?
Yeah.
You think Steve Jobs' real last name is Jandali and his father is Abdul Fattah?
Yeah, his mom's probably Irish or whatever he is.
And the mother's an Irish person. Garrett, what do you think?
The guy accidentally wrote to Steve Jobs because he didn't know how to use computers.
Christina's correct. It's his biological dad.
No, I'm not correct.
You're totally correct.
That's amazing.
Abdul
You're
Fattah.
such a cheater.
No, really,
Jandali.
that's amazing.
Such a cheater.
I swear, amazing.
And a woman gave Steve Jobs up for adoption many years ago. The Jobs family adopted him. Now, what's crazy is that the dad, Abdul Fattah Jandali, I don't know when, he only learned about 6 years ago that Jobs was his biological son. And I think at one time he might have been an engineer, or the woman was something or other. And they met, I think, at Berkeley, and they gave him up for adoption. How badly do you think they must feel? They gave away the multi-billion-dollar baby.
God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a kick in the dick cheese.
Yep. Unbelievable. Jandali, 80 years old, is the general manager of the Boomtown Casino in the Barren Hills outside of Reno, Nevada.
Wait. What about like a blood transfusion or something? Couldn't they have gotten it from, I don't know, right?
Gotten what?
Well, don't you need like people with your same stuff, DNA?
No, they wrote down on pieces of paper when they gave the child up their names, and then the Jobs took them, and those names are on record. He presides over a staff of 450 casino workers and is praised by his colleagues for his quiet leadership style and marketing savvy.
Well, if they kept him, he would have just been some average loser like the rest of us.
What do you mean? Oh, you think that Steve Jobs wouldn't have been the guy we know today?
Yeah.
He would have been Abdul Fattah Jandali Jr.
Dealing blackjack at the casino.
No, he would have been totally discriminated against and not allowed to make it, okay?
Jay, I had to run in here. I was sitting at my desk listening to the show, and the only thing I could think of as you're having this conversation is Steve Jobs going to be buried in an eye coffin?
Mm-hmm.
They've already done that joke. Huh?
I know, but I was waiting for Rodney to say it.
There is actually a cure for pancreatic cancer, but it's only available for Windows. And we'll be right back. All right.
The Jay Thomas Show. It's the afternoon show. We will say what you are thinking.
What can I say? The guy's good.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
Jay Thomas, Stars 2.
Sirius XM.
Go get stoned.
That's it for us?
Oh,
pretty much.
I had too much fun. We had even Lou Pellegrino coming in there. I think what's really creepy about I have all my computers are Mac, and Steve Jobs' face comes up big, fills my whole screen. I don't want that. When I turn on my computer, I'm looking for happy news. And the people that are leaving the apples outside of the Apple stores with the bite taken out of them, I find this, I really do, I find this to be so strange and weird, that there's something sick about it, It's like, the guy's dead, an apple with a bite out of it. What do you do with that? If I owned those stores, I would sweep all that shit up, and I would throw it into a big can and burn it and say to the people, stop leaving this shit here. Go in and buy something.
Or we can get one of those potato guns and shoot it back out at them.
But you'd piss on it first, wouldn't you?
Yeah, hell yeah, I would.
Shot a potato back out at them. All right. We'll see you later.
Everything I try to do.